What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Remember, rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the whole summer transfer window here on YouTube for you to stay up to date with every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do leave a thumbs up as well. 300 likes is the aim. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore, who ahead of the 2024-25 season are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores, as well as all the latest match information, match statistics and match analysis for you guys to enjoy. Very highly rated app. It is free to download. Anyone that does download Sofascore using my link in the description does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Remember, you can go and keep up to date with all the latest scores from all the latest sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. Do go and check out Sofascore. Big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Links and details there in the description. So we're going to crack on with the outs, and we're going to start off with an update on Yan Couto. And Fabrizio Romano has said that Yan Couto is going to be travelling to Dortmund at some point in the next week, as Dortmund close in on an agreement on signing Yan Couto on a permanent basis from Manchester City. They are currently working on a deal worth around 25 million euros. Fabrizio Romano does say that final details are now being sorted on the payment structure and the payment terms. Once an agreement has been found on them, Manchester City will accept the offer. They will sanction this sale, and that will allow Yan Couto to head to Dortmund to complete his medical. Of course, personal terms, they've already got a verbal agreement on them, so the deal won't take too long to be completed once it has been sorted and that fee has been found. A big stumbling block in the transfer. It's a very big stumbling block, and Dortmund, I'd probably say 95% of their way over that hurdle, so they're just working on the final short details to get that transfer sorted, and Yan Couto will become a Borussia Dortmund player. Again, still waiting on further details as to whether City are going to include a sell-on fee or a buyback clause. Now, moving on to the final transfer of the outs, takes us on to an update on Kalvin Phillips. So Teamtalk have said that Aston Villa want to rival Everton for Kalvin Phillips, and they want to make a loan move for him to help boost their numbers in midfield ahead of a busy campaign, including them playing not just in the Premier League and the League Cup and the FA Cup, but playing in Europe, and not just any old competition, but playing in the Champions League as well. So they're going to need every bit of competition, every bit of squad rotation available to them. So they're going to want to stack their squad as much as they possibly can to allow them to potentially have every opportunity of having success come the end of the season. So Aston Villa, bearing that in mind, are wanting to make a move for Kalvin Phillips. I'll be honest, I am quite surprised that there is so much Premier League interest in Kalvin Phillips, considering he hasn't exactly impressed for Manchester City during pre-season and did struggle with West Ham United from January through to June during his loan spell last season. So we will see as to whether an agreement is found. I imagine that Man City will be looking for a good loan fee, but the chances of us probably getting a permanent transfer sorted for Kalvin Phillips, I would say, are virtually zero and very slim. Now, moving on to the ins, as we've got no contract news, got just one story to speak about, and it's an update on a player I've not really spoken about in the last few weeks. It's Mike Maignan over at AC Milan. Now, Martin Blackburn at the Sun has put out an article speaking about the future of Ederson. So Ederson, looking to try and secure a move away from Manchester City, has remained pretty coy about his future, has obviously remained very professional since these leaks came out last week, reported by Sam Lee about Ederson wanting to try and force a move away from Manchester City, and some comments being made and why he's unhappy at Manchester City, etc, etc. So Manchester City City have been identifying goalkeepers and potential replacements, and Martin Blackburn just added a little snippet right at the end of the article, which I found incredibly interesting, because he says his understanding is, and he's pretty reliable with City information, Martin Blackburn. He says that his understanding is Manchester City want to make a move for Mike Maignan to replace Ederson at Manchester City should Ederson seal a move to Saudi Arabia this summer. Now, Manchester City believe that the amount that they can get for Ederson, so the transfer fee that we'll be looking at for Ederson, would be around the same fee that would be enough to secure a transfer of Mike Maignan to Manchester City from AC Milan, who I would then presume would come into the Manchester City squad and would be battling with Stefan Ortega to try and compete for the #1 jersey. Of course, we've already heard rumours about Stefan Ortega being promoted to the first team, and he's going to be Man City's first choice goalkeeper ahead of the upcoming season. Should Ederson leave, and Man City will look to try and sign a backup goalkeeper instead, and I wouldn't rule that out, and Mike Maignan may come in, and Man City may say that we're going to assess these two goalkeepers. They're going to be playing a few games here and a few games there between them before a final decision is then made as to whether Man City want to go with Mike Maignan or they want to go with Stefan Ortega for the remainder of the season. So it all depends on what Manchester City really want to do. We could go out there and sign a younger goalkeeper, an upcoming prospect, a James Trafford, a Christos Mandas, for example, or Anthony Patterson from Sunderland. It could be that direction, and the cheaper route that they go down, they could be looking more towards having a senior first-team goalkeeper, because you do take the risk that if Ortega does pick up an injury and we do let Ederson go, then you need the very best available to you, and Mike Maignan, I think, would provide much better quality opposition for Ortega's spot in Man City's squad in the first 11 should Ederson leave, rather than an upcoming goalkeeper. We'll have to wait and see. Man City have always been pretty insistent on having high quality #2 backup goalkeepers, so having Ortega and Mike Maignan battle with each other probably would make sense. And also remember that Manchester City, if Ederson does leave, you lose a high quality goalkeeper, so you're losing some quality there, so you want to make sure that you've got the very best options available to you, and settling for second best and bringing in the cheaper option, as I said, with an injury to Ortega if Ederson does leave, leaves Man City in a bit of a predicament, because you're then having to rely on a goalkeeper who doesn't really have that experience in the big moments, in the big games, and playing in Champions Leagues and Cup Finals, etc., which is what Mike Maignan does have. And to me, it does make sense. It's a transfer that would make sense. It's just about, do City want to pursue that? Martin Blackburn saying yes. Other reliable sources like Fabrizio Romano say City want to settle for a cheaper option, so we'll have to wait and see. Found it very interesting, and I would love to know your thoughts, guys. Mike Maignan in for Ederson if he does leave. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including Mike Maignan, yay or nay. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Remember, daily Manchester City transfer updates coming throughout the whole summer transfer window here on YouTube. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video, religiously tomorrow for the next transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.